Philia in itself means love. So hemo means blood. So hemo or hymo probably depends whether you're using the United States or British English. So philia, as we said, love, and hemoblood is just an abnormal love of blood to bleed. So it's a hereditary problem where people or patients have bleeding disorders and they continually just lose blood without having any clotting mechanisms in the blood. So medically speaking, or probably clinically speaking, I would say hemophilia is as a consequence of deficiency in certain factors in blood. We have three types of hemophilia. We have hemophilia A, hemophilia B. We also have hemophilia C. So hemophilia A is as a result of a deficiency or lack of factor 8 in blood. Hemophilia B as a result of patients lacking factor 9 in blood. And hemophilia C, which is very rare, so patients have lack of factor 11. And these factors, I know you probably would be asking what they are. We normally have the blood components that help in the formation of blood clots. Primarily, the cells in charge of clotting are called platelets. So before we have the cascade process, before our blood clots, whenever we have injuries or we have any problem, then the blood has to undergo different mechanisms. And in a summary, I would say the blood clotting pathway has like three major factors. We have the classical pathway, which has the internal and the external modalities, and then we have the common pathway. So the lack of factors is majorly affecting the internal classical pathway, where the lack of these factors that activate the clotting factors, which then lead to the formation of thrombin and fibrinogen, which are just proteins that form the meshwork in blood whenever we are injured, then we are not able to form them. So as a consequence, patients, when they get injured, they have the love of blood to bleed, as opposed to the reverse, where blood is supposed to form clots. I don't know if I answered that right, but what I want you to take home is this is an inherited disorder. So
at all times it's inherited?
Yes, it is not essentially at all times, but 99-point-something%. We also have acquired hemophilia, which is very rare.
The sporadic one.
Sporadic hemophilia, which results from patients on very heavy treatment and chemotherapy, and we alter their genetic mutations in the factor 9 and factor 8. And I would say that hemophilia is a disease that affects people generally like in equal measure or in equal proportion across the world. First described in the European world, it was actually referred to as the disease of the kings, because it first affected Queen Victoria's line, where one of her sons was undergoing circumcision, and they actually bled to death.
Wow.
So that's why hemophilia got its awareness probably from then, and today we're also bringing this awareness home right here in Kenya.
And you talk about matters of awareness. Having the World Hemophilia Day since 1989,